Hi, here's something that every IPL team can improve. Number one, RCB. RCB is probably the best team so far. I wouldn't say that they need much improvement. They've been effortlessly good, and nothing has really stopped them. Slow tracks, good batting tracks, whatever you want, you can't stop RCB right now. I think the only thing that needs a little bit of improvement is their middle order, Bethel over Livingston, and that's it. Jitesh does seem to be a weak link, but he's a pretty good keeper, so I feel like he can stay. Number two, Lucknow Super Giants. Lucknow Super Giants' only problem is their death overs bowling. That's how they lost their first match versus Delhi, and that's how SRH scored 190 after being at 15 for 2. Their bowlers aren't bad. I think it's just the strategy and execution that hasn't been working. Hit those harder legs, bowl slower balls, make sure you keep fielders at places like long on and deep mid wicket, and bowl to the field. That's it. The batting isn't terrible. I guess Punt could come at 5 and Badoni at 4. Maybe drop Markram for Aryan Jayal, or maybe let Badoni open instead of Markram. There's a lot of things that you can do with this batting lineup. Number 3, the Gujarat Titans. They don't have a lot of concerns in my opinion. Everything looks solid other than their finishing power. The reason why they lost versus Punjab was the extremely flat pitch, Punjab's brilliance, and their finishers slowing down towards the end. Rutherford played well but slowed down and got tired towards the end, and even in the recent game versus Mumbai, they were set to score 220-ish, yet they lost 5 wickets and only scored like 40 runs in the death, which isn't good but isn't terrible. If they could get Glenn Phillips in the squad instead of Rutherford, then it would be amazing for them, but it still wouldn't properly fix their finishing. Their bowling is pretty good, even if they're on a balanced pitch. Obviously, in the game versus Punjab, they got taken on, but that was an extremely flat pitch. Prasidh took big wickets. Siraj was spectacular with the new ball. Sai Kishore is always economical and took a 3-for versus Punjab. That 3-for was spectacular, right? 3 wickets at an economy of 7.5 on that pitch. No one could replicate that. And even other than that, you have the experience of Ishant Sharma and the brilliance of Rashid and Ramana. Easily a fantastic bowling lineup and might even make it to the semis this year. Number 4, Punjab Kings. Punjab has only played 1 game, so we don't know much about them right now, but they look pretty good. There's not too much bad about them, but Stoinis and Maxi are pretty out of form right now, and that's their weak link. KKR's only problem is nothing. This 11 is pretty similar to their amazing season last year. It has most of the key players like Varun, Narayan, Harshit, and Venki. Most of their players just had a bad game versus RCB and bounced back in the next versus the Royals. Just like middle school math teachers, they do have a problem, but it's pretty minor. The batters aren't completely decided, and neither are their bowlers. Moeen or Narayan, Vaibhavs or Sakaria. It's up to Rahane, but I think that any one of these guys would work. They're all good enough and at the same level, and whatever Rahane decides should be the right call. And another minor problem, the power play economy. Not great, but they make up for it by taking wickets in the power play, and the spinners are economical in the middle and in the death. Mumbai have a lot to fix. Number 1, why aren't they playing Vignesh Putter? He won the player of the match. It's a good idea. Obviously, most of being good at bowling in the IPL comes with a lot of experience, but he just isn't good as of right now. So their bowling isn't great. I feel like the bowling looked like the most effective part of this team before the season started, even without Bumrah. It's not like their fielding and field placement is bad either. Hardik and Surya were both fairly smart with their field placement, and their fielding wasn't even that bad. Fielding also comes with confidence, so if the batting lineup doesn't do well, the bowling doesn't either. On the batting lineup, yeah, that's terrible too. I mean, this batting lineup has some of the best T20 batters even of all time, like Rohit, Surya, Hardik, and even in-form players like Tilak and Ryan Rickleton. There's not much you can do with this because these are literally some of the best batters of all time and currently in T20 cricket, and there are very few players I'd rather bring in. But here are some changes anyway that I would recommend. Will Jacks over Mujib or Santner. I'm a Will Jacks hater, but he can bowl and bat pretty well. He can bowl a full quota of 4 overs and is a pretty solid power play spinner too. And his batting, well, we all know how good he was last season. And we all know, the moment Will Jacks takes off that England jersey and puts on a League One, he starts performing. They could also try Card Sharma instead of Mujib and bring in Bevan Jacobs. Bevan Jacobs is a great finisher even though he's untested. This is just a problem with MI's team right now. Even since like 2022, most of their finishers were inexperienced and untested. But that's just something that they have to deal with. They've got Hardik, okay? Like, we don't need any more finishers than that. Also, KL Srijit instead of Raman Mins would be a better pick, as Srijit is more experienced than Mins. Their power play bowling is also kind of weak, but I mean, they're still good bowlers, so no replacement is necessary as of now. This is the playing 11 that I think that they should go with. Number 1, Rohit Sharma, and number 2, Ryan Rickleton. Keep the openers the same. Number 3, Tilak Verma. Number 4, Surya Kumar Yadav. Number 5, Will Jacks. A weird position for him to bat. Maybe he could bat at the top instead of Rohit and then move Rohit down to the middle as well. It kind of lies in the hands of Hardik and Mahela Jayawardene, but I would say that this one looks better. Number 6, either Raman Mins or KL Srijit. It's up to Hardik as well. Number 7, Hardik Pandya. Number 8, Mitchell Santner. Number 9, Deepak Chahar. Number 10, Bolt or Topley. Topley is a better T20 bowler like just right now. I think Bolt is still pretty good, but Topley's better right now. Number 11, Bumrah, or if Bumrah cannot play, pick Satyanarayana Raju. And number 12, Vignesh Puttur. And next, the Delhi Capitals. Now, DC doesn't have to change much in my opinion. Sure, that win against Lucknow was pretty scrappy, but I think they do know what they're doing. Their biggest problem right now is their top order batter. Faf is firing, Porel is doing his thing, but McGurk is really struggling to come back to his former self. I wouldn't consider it a huge problem. It's only been 2 matches, but they could easily replace him with Karaner or KL Rahul. Their economy isn't something that has been great, but it's not too bad. They've only played on roads so far, so I assume it's gonna get better on slower pitches. Number 8, Sunrisers Hyderabad. It's a hit or miss team, and that's just how they play cricket. I feel like that shouldn't be your approach while playing T20 cricket. And also, I don't have a solution because this is their way of playing. That's just how this team played, and that's how it's worked for the players, even in international cricket. The best thing would be to tell the openers to play a little more sensibly instead of a little more aggressive. They should use their strengths instead of just trying to attack from ball 1. If not attacking from ball 1 doesn't work, then you just have to take whatever place you get. You take 6th place, take 7th place, whatever. I think Aniket Verma has definitely been a significant positive for the team, and playing like he does is pretty difficult, especially looking how Travis Head couldn't do it, or Abhishek Sharma couldn't do it. Aniket Verma is playing really well. The best thing for the batting to do is try and play traditionally rather than how they were playing in 2024, at least for the first part of this IPL season. The bowling isn't great. Zishan Ansari has been the only good bowler for them, taking 3 versus DC, but was still going at 10 runs and over. This side isn't full of good T20 bowlers specifically. The best thing they can do is to trade their bowlers to focus on line and length rather than moving the ball more. And last but not least, I think this team just requires some slow improvement, and hopefully they can get up to 4th place. Rajasthan Royals, second to last. They have definitely kind of found some kind of stability after the game versus CSK. Their top order is terrible, yes, but Nitish Rana seems to be in some touch. Sanju and Yashasvi don't look their best, but dropping them is stupid. They are some of the best T20 batters currently, so please do not drop them. The rest of their batting also looks pretty bad. None of them are properly tested, nor are any of them in form. Jurel is the only good part of this batting lineup, in my opinion. Something they can do to fix it. It's just a bad squad. There's not much you can do with the batting lineup, I think. And their bowling. The bowling leaks too many runs in all phases of the game. Do the same thing as SRH. Train them to hit their legs harder, bowl to the stumps, then start spinning and seaming the ball in later phases of the game. And last, but definitely least, CSK needs help. I'm a CSK fan. I'm going to be absolutely brutal here, by the way. First, they're batting. A bad power play batter, no middle order, and a player who is scared of batting. Dhoni, you were one of the best ODI batters at a point in time. Back in like 2011, dude. Long time ago. Anyway, Tripathi can't bat anymore. The approach is to stop using seniors. We always use older players on our squad, but it doesn't work out well after like 15 years of doing the same thing. And we have younger players. If we have younger players, it at least gives the fans a sense of security that we might be better in the future if these younger players do show up right now. I would replace Tripathi with Shaikh Rashid or Devin Conway. The rest of the top order doesn't utilize the power play well. Rutraj did it in the one game versus Mumbai, and Rachin never did. Having two anchors in T20 cricket is already bad, but those anchors not performing as well and just eating up balls in the power play, that's absolutely terrible. Their middle order is next. No power hitting other than Dhoni. Overton can hit a couple of sixes, Janu isn't a six hitter, and Vijay Shankar. Vijay Shankar hit the big 2025. This dude was... I'm freaking out, dude. Vijay Shankar. He's 33. I don't know why we have Vijay Shankar. I'm gonna be honest. He's not that great of a player. He's a good first class player, but not T20. Not white ball in general. I think he's really good in first class cricket. This is what the T20 game is at this point, okay? You need to hit sixes. The best six hitting team wins. You have to hit sixes. Especially while chasing. If you're taking dots and singles, you start to lose the game. You can take dots and singles, like, just to, like, stabilize the partnership. Obviously, you can do that maybe in the middle. Like, maybe in overs 6 through 8. You could be doing that. But once you get to, like, overs 10 through 15, you need to start accelerating. Especially if you took those dots and singles in over 6 through 8. Something has to change in the ninth over, especially while chasing. If you're batting first, obviously you're setting a target. You have to have belief in your bowling attack. So it's not that important when batting first, but especially when you're chasing, you have to do this. Especially while chasing, you always have to have a positive attitude, whatever you want to call it. You have to have that chasing mentality. You don't want to lose. That's what you're supposed to have. Like CSK, they gave up in once we lost the third wicket versus RCB, and that's not what you're supposed to. You're supposed to have that mentality all the way throughout the end. Dhoni's taking dots, Dhoni's defending. You're not supposed to do that. You're supposed to go out and hit those sixes. Try and win the game from there. It doesn't matter net run rate. I don't freaking care about net run rate anymore. Net run rate doesn't matter. Net run rates are so drastically different at this point in time that it won't matter in the end. I mean, unless you have a comeback season like RCB did. But even then, come on. RCB still needed those 2 points. And then Dhoni at number 9. That was one game, I know, but if he sends in Jadeja, it does look bad for him in my opinion. Him coming at 5 and retiring hurt is actually pretty good, like Ashwin did for Rajasthan last year. He can play a quick 30 off 20 deliveries, then bring in someone who can play spin well and run. Maybe Andre Siddharth or maybe even Jadeja, to continue increasing the run rate. I think what he did in the Rajasthan game was pretty good. He just didn't need to take those singles. Taking those singles is dumb. Instead, play a little more aggressive. That's not his playing style, but that's just how T20 cricket has evolved at this point in time. And we haven't even chased 180 plus since 2018. And even then, we only chased 180 plus because of Sam Billings. And this is probably the reason why. We haven't evolved, and we just don't evolve in general. Now they're fielding, captaincy, and coaching, all in one. No fielders at important places like deep mid wicket. I was watching Phil Salt smashes all over the ground. If we have someone at deep mid wicket, we probably could have gotten Phil Salt to go for less than 10, if I'm being honest. He just kept smashing it over mid wicket. If we had someone at the boundary line there, we probably could have got him out for less than 10. Same thing with Rajat Patidar. We could have got him out if we kept someone at cover point or something, if I'm not wrong. And the fielding also, that's kind of really bad. First of all, Ruturaj, his captaincy isn't great. He is absolutely clueless. He does not know what the batter is going to do. His captaincy, it's terrible, and it's kind of ruining it right now. And now on the fielding, dropping sitters. We dropped a catch that cost us 12 runs. We lost by 6. We dropped Patidar, and if I'm not wrong, I think we dropped Patidar. I can't remember who it was, but we dropped someone, and it cost us 20 runs. We should be taking chances like these and not letting them get up to higher targets or not letting them score more runs in general. And also, we are absolutely clueless at coaching. Fleming has no clue what's going on. He worked best with Dhoni, and without him, he's looking dumb and clueless. So Fleming needs to learn to adapt to other players and other captain style. And finally, the bowling. We're pretty good with spin and in the death, but our only problem is in the power play. We don't have good power play bowlers. But first I want to talk about spin in the power play. In Chipok specifically, we don't need spin in the power play. It's much better to just play them in the middle and in the death. It's a spin minefield, but in the power play, it's just a little ineffective. It takes away from the surprise, and it takes away from the overs of spin that we get in the middle, and the pace overs that we get in the power play and in the death. Now the pace bowlers. The pace in the power play isn't great, at least with this playing 11. The only proper power play bowler is Khalil, and he's been great. I would want to bring in Anshul Kamboj, who bowled in the death and in the power play for MI, so I think that's a really fun one to bring in. He's also just a fun guy in general. He looks pretty fun to play with. I like his attitude as well. He has a very never give up attitude, which is nice. And finally, my final playing 11 for CSK. Rutraj Conway opening, Rachid at 3, Shaikh Rashid at 4. Shaikh Rashid, he already has a T20 100, by the way. And also, Siandre Siddharth, he could play instead. He has a first class 100, I believe, and he's only played like 6 games. And then at 5, Shivam Dubey. At 6, Dhoni. At 7, Jadeja. At 8, Ashwin. 9, Anshul Kamboj. 10, Khalil Ahmed. 11, Noor Ahmed. And finally, Matisha Patirana as our impact player. Thanks for watching. I will see you next week. Bye.